Conversations with Kenni.
This podcast is sponsored by Visibility Solutions Media.
He gave us Dreamer, he gave us Ushima Bome, and today
I don't wanna
calm down. Today we my guest on Conversations with Kenni. Johnny, welcome in the phenomenal GT, the Guitarman.
Hello people, hello Kenni.
Yeah, it's great to
Kenni was my bassist before at some point.
It's great to have you back. And GT did our theme song on one of our previous editions of Conversations with Kenni. Thank you for
Conversations.
Thank you. So let us cut to the chase. Over 10 years ago, you did Dreamer. How does it make you feel that the message of the song is still resonating with people? Not resonating in terms of the good side. I mean the message itself. Nigeria struggles. You know, how much was Gary? You mentioned how much was Gary then when you?
Honestly, I can't tell, but I know it was pretty expensive.
No, I think you quoted Gary in the song. I can't recall the.
Well.
I can't recall the exact Gary part. Anyway.
I'm always talking about Gary actually.
Oh yeah,
most of my songs. And it's almost like I love Gary. I think it feels good that in 2026 people still can resonate with the song. I feel blessed, but then, you know, looking at the situation of the country, you know, and seeing that things have remained the same and things haven't really changed, and Nigerians are still complaining about the basic things of life, and then we travel outside the country and we see how, you know, they're enjoying over there, but we can't seem to get it right here. It breaks my heart, you know. But as an artist, I feel good that, you know, people still, you know, talk about that song even in 2026. The song that was written in 1999.
So wow,
yeah.
That was how many years ago? 1999.
Yeah, I wrote it in 1999. We recorded it in 2006 at E.T. Quake Studio with T.Y. Mix, the legendary T.Y. Mix. Yeah, I had a lot of amazing people in the studio. I remember, I think Nato C was also in the studio. VC Perez was a co-producer for the project. You know, we recorded 7 songs in 5 days or thereabout.
Wow.
And that was a big deal then for me, you know. And we made magic, you know.
How do you feel about the fact that things are still yet to really change for the people?
I feel bad, you know, but I also always console myself with the fact that even in the days of Jesus Christ, there were poor people. You know, so if you find yourself poor in 2026, do something about it. You know, let's stop blaming the government. You know, dreams, when it comes to dreams, we're all dreamers. For me, I think I wasn't just writing from a place of, say, poverty. I was writing from a place of saying, like, I want a better life for myself. And at every stage in my life, I've always wanted better. Even now, I want something better. You know, so the president is dreaming of a second term in office, which might not happen. Peter will be as successful as he is. He has never been president before.
You said it might not happen.
It might not. Might is. I mean,
okay, it's possible or not possible.
Yeah.
What's your take on the second term dream?
I mean, everybody is free to dream. You know, now God, they make our dreams come true. You know, we might criticize him all day, but if he feels that he has what it takes to run for office and the people vote him into power, then why not?
Do you think he's capable?
I mean, for all that he has done, I'm not a fan of his. But I see some of the reforms and some of the bold steps that he has taken. I feel that it will take time for people to really feel it. But I commend him for a few things. I commend him for, you know, stopping the subsidy thing. You know, some people felt it was badly timed.
Yes.
But I commend him for even taking that initiative to make that. That's something nobody ever did. You know, the local government autonomy too. I commend him for that. I commend him for a few things. But I mean, he needs to do something fast, else they'll kick him out of office because people hate him. And that's the truth. People truly hate him. But people like us who understand the economy to an extent, we know these reforms take time.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, if you want to lead a country like Nigeria, you don't have the luxury of time. You have to act fast and do the needful. But I pity anybody who wants to lead this country, because they will have it hard. Even if Peter Obi gets into power right now, I pray he doesn't disappoint people, because there's so much hype around him.
Do you think he would get it right?
I mean, it's left to him. I don't know his capability. But a lot of people say a lot of great stuffs about him. He's yet to prove himself. For me, I'm for sure, and I say it all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I'm for sure. I always just feel that these politicians that are the same, they all use different strategies. Some will be soft and use the soft voice like Peter Obi would do. Check me, and some will be tough like Tinubu is. But I love Showore because most of these politicians deserve to be in jail. And I think we have only found a better one at every point in time, and that's why we always just feel like, okay, this one is better than this one, but they're all thieves at the end of the day. And I want someone that would crumble this entire system and build a new one. Most of these people deserve to be in jail.
Yeah, but how would you compare the Nigerian music scene when you started out to this present moment?
Wow, it's different. It's definitely different. Back then, the gatekeepers were still active. The music thing, we had Alaba.
Yeah,
Alaba was our distro back then. But now it's just so easy to make a song. We all have studios in our houses.
True.
And to release a song, you only need to jump on one of these distros and shoot as many contents as you like. And our phones are now our TV sets, and it's different. A lot of us find it hard to but I mean, music is now the buzz die faster, because if you have a buzz today, there's someone else planning a bigger buzz the next minute. But back then, songs lasted, but now they don't last anymore.
What's responsible for that? Is it that fans are spoiled for choice? They have different options available. Because I recall that back then, social media was not strong, was even hardly in existence then, so people had limited options. So we had NCA, we had normal traditional media, we had CDs, VCDs, and
attention span also.
Yes.
I mean, there are people are just quick to move. I mean, people are addicted to their phones. They're scrolling all the time. So there's just too much that is taking the attention of the people. But I mean, there are still great songs out there. There are still people doing good music. But I think it's easier to do music today than it was back then. And for everyone who is willing to take advantage of it and willing to do the job, because now it's about, can you do the job? Can you do, because if you are the most hardworking artist will make money in 2026. If you are really hardworking and you're willing to shoot the content as often as it's required, then you will be heard.
So people, sorry for interrupting. People feel like hard work is not working anymore, because there are a lot of talented artists who we know, who are talented, who you would say are hardworking, but they are no longer visible in the industry, are not the ones celebrated in the industry. Rather, we have people who have marketing power, social media power, commanding the attention of the fans. Well, what do you think about that?
Well, the level of work that is required, a lot of artists are not capable of giving that. And I mean, trust me, even shooting content every day, being on TikTok, like I still find it. Sometimes I look at my wife said I'm lazy, Wow. She said, you're not doing what you're doing, but she doesn't know the generation that I came from. Yeah. I came from a generation where we just need to call media people and they grant interview and it's everywhere. But now the level of content that you need to create is insane. Like and the boys who are really getting it done, they are actually insane. They are not okay. They are not okay. I mean, I hear people saying that they shoot 10 content every day, like ridiculous number of content every day. Is that all that there is to music? I want to do my rehearsals. I want to play my guitar and write new songs. it's not just about. So attention has been like the only thing that matter.
But what do you think should be the focus? Because this thing is said. I watched a show day interview. No show day now.
Yeah.
I watched his interview.
Amazing guy, but
amazing guy, talented guy. So he said before he really started getting the attention of the industry, from one of his songs, I think he said he had to shoot like maybe. He said like was shooting like maybe over 20 contents in a day.
You see?
So he like
you see
20 in a day.
So you think that is not insane? It's insane, So I mean, back in the day, we treasured rehearsal sessions. We treasured moments where we are just working on the musicianship itself. But now it's about the attention. You see a Portable just pick up his phone, say anything he likes, and he's training everywhere.
What do you think about Portable?
Amazing guy.
You think he's amazing?
Yeah, I think he's amazing. It's the fact that he's that spontaneous, and something happens to him, he's willing to write a song on it immediately. Fantastic musician, and he has a great voice too.
He has a great voice.
Yeah, but you see, the fact that he can create drama around his music, I also find it interesting.
What do you think about the dramatic side of him? Do you think it's good for his brand?
People like it.
Not everybody likes it.
You sure?
Not everybody likes it. He's really in trouble.
Really?
He's a troublesome artist.
But people like the drama. It's like you're acting you're
TV show.
Yeah. And people want to see that guy that is also to shaking he has done it again. They like it, and they are tuning in. It's almost like one of the most listened to, or what's the word? Give me that word. He's the one that people pay attention to. Yeah, he's very influential.
But do you think right now, in the music industry right now, or in the entertainment industry right now, do you think entertainment thrives more on drama now than on real talent? And do you think it's good, like it's the strategy that anybody can, like today now, if you just look, say, you want to create a drama, maybe you create a controversy with Asha.
So people will always be people. If you go to the bus stop, you see that they are gathered watching some magician at one corner doing something crazy. If they see a mad person, they are looking at the mad person.
Yeah.
So people will always be people. What will get attention is what will get attention, and I'm not surprised that is what people are still focused on. I'm not here to teach people how to be sane, but I feel that there are better ways that they can spend their time, but that's not my duty. People will always be people, and they are moved by what they are moved by.
Before I go on a short break, a lot of artists from your generation seem forgotten. So I had an interview, I think for the Punch with Kesolo. I think it's mentioned something around that some of them don't, maybe based on the fact that they are not as intense with creating content
Yeah,
and all that. I think it cited some of the things you cited too. But why do you think? Okay, let me allow you to sip.
No, I'm listening to you.
Wisdom tea.
No, this is just green tea, by the way.
Green tea, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
GGT green tea, wisdom.
If you say so.
So why do you think? What do you think is responsible for that?
I think I said it before. Is the willingness to do the job. The job, what is required in 2026 is not the same thing as what is required back in the day. What is required, but for real,
sure.
The people will always be there. They are there right now if you are willing to do what is needed, But I think the threshold for laziness, I think it has gone. Is it up or down? Can we say that? Because the work that is required, a lot of people can't give it.
But the work that is required is no longer more of music now, because you mentioned rehearsals. That you'd want to do your rehearsals.
I think that's also content. We can take the cameras in and people would watch. It's also content. I think it's just that we're not used to, like me for example, trying to do TikTok and I'm talking to a phone, like I still need to rewire my mind to be able to understand the impact of what and not just me. I think most of the musicians that you spoke about, they need to rewire their mind to understand that their phones now command a lot of authority. So I think for anyone that is out there who is waiting, and especially when you've had that fame, at some point you'll still be waiting for people to still give a ish about you. But the world has moved on, man. You still need to do the work that is required to be done.
We'll be right back after the short break.
What does success mean to you? To a singer, success is about selling out a concert and having hit songs. To a filmmaker, success is about fans raving about his or her blockbuster movie. To an entrepreneur, success is about converting prospects into lifelong customers. For us at Visibility Solutions Media, our success is when we help you successfully tell your story and win in the marketplace. We produce videos that matter, media campaigns that sell, content that puts your brand in the spotlight. In short, we are the one your brand needs today and forever. Visit us at vsmpr.com or call 0805 468 0266.
Welcome back from the break. This is the Conversations with Kenni, and we still have the phenomenal GT Guitarman. Let's talk about the origination of your name. Do you have cause to change it? Do you think you should change it?
Trust me, it's been like a struggle. Because I was just GT before I met Toby Asika, the CEO of Storm Records back then, who is now the DG of man. I'm really proud of the growth that has taken place in everyone's life. And I remember meeting him in 2005, and Dari Atalade introduced us, and I played my guitar for him at the office then. And then he said, "Welcome to Storm," and he signed me at the spot. He said, "Young man, what's your name?" I said, "GT," and he said, "From now on, you'll be called GT the Guitarman," and it stuck. I've always wanted to change it, but people won't let it be. So
what would you regard as your most unforgettable experience during the Storm era? Storms really took the industry by a storm. You guys really crazy record label.
I think the Storm itself is the most memorable thing, because we had such an amazing time. I don't think anything has replicated that memory in my, in my experience. It was an amazing time being signed on that the same label with people like Dari Atalade, people like Jasmine, Sasha, Ikechukwu, General Pipe, Nato C. Oh my God! Like I can talk about all of them from today to tomorrow, and it won't be enough. These are really amazing guys, hardworking, really talented. Nato C was it was just a genius. Sasha, amazing. She treated me like a mother. Ikechukwu was what can I say? Dari Atalade, was the one that introduced me to Storm. Wow. Jasmine, I love him. When we wrote Ekoile, he wrote my verse for me. And who can I talk about? General Pipe. General Pipe, shout outs to you, man. And it was really good, having that family, because we were family. There was our manager Tola Odusi. Tola called me back then. He would say, "GT, you are my retirement plan." And then there was Obi Asika, who is like my father. I whatever I needed, I was always disturbing him for it, from my school fees to everything. Wow. I'm always said, I need this, and he was always coming through. There were the other sides of it, which I wish they promoted the music more than they did, but then it was through them that I became GT. So it means they did their job. I only wanted more. I also wish Storm didn't fizzle out as fast as they did, but then I think the revolution or the growth that took place in the music industry affected a lot of people, and this is what we have now. And it gave rise to people like Maven and the likes. Because at some point, the Mavens were they were looking up to Storm to do stuff, and it's good to see what people like Don Jazzy, Wizkid have become now. The future belongs to the people who are the nobodies now. Today's nobodies are the superstars of tomorrow.
Do you think labels are still needed in the industry?
I enjoyed being under Storm as at then. I really wish we did more, because everything was ready. There was someone handling the PR. There was I had different managers. I had Chisom. I had a lot of them. So just having creatives. I mean, look at Maven, for example.
Yeah.
Maven they have a proper structure in today's, and no wonder, I mean, that's why they are the leader right now. So we definitely need record labels, but an artist can also employ these guys and then become his own label. But you need people to fund you. You need people to, to be awake when you are asleep. And I think you can't. It's a teamwork. You need a team, regardless of what you call it, label, call it whatever. But you need a team. You can't do it alone. But some people are crazy enough to be able to do it alone. Some people can do it alone, but with a team, you will go far.
But why is it that I've discovered this trend about artists? So when an artist signs to a label, the success rate will be high, but the moment they leave that structure and that talent can't lean on any structure, they just fizzle out. What do you think is responsible for that?
It shows you how important labels are. Shows you how important they are. And I mean, it's very important to have a team. Like Yorubas will say, "Giko Dagboshe." So I mean, get good people around you and you will fly. It's really that simple. Like I can remember when we did General Pipe's Champion remix, which is one of the biggest songs that I featured on. And I mean, to have had the privilege to do a song with Dagreen before he died, it was cause someone was thinking ahead of time. People like Obi Asika, people like Lisa Dibwa, who I love so much, and he doesn't know yet. Shout out to Lisa Dibwa, I love you. I remember many years ago. I mean, he would take me like his son, and I miss him. I've not seen him in a while. And salute. So I mean, without the proper structure, artists will suffer.
Let's go back to songs let me start with songs you've been featured in. They were talking about Champion.
Yeah.
They're talking about Sasha's is it Adara?
Adara was another
beautiful song.
No, not Adara. It was Baba Nimo feature. We had Baba Nimo feature. That was what we did with Sasha. For Dara Talade, we did Ekoile with Jasmine song anyway. But there was Nkiru, which was my very first song, by the way. Jasmine Olofins, Ekoile featuring Dara Talade, Nkiru, Sasha, and I. That was also massive. It was a song for Lagos, and people loved it. That was what introduced me to the people. And then there was Dreamer, my very first song, which took over the airspace. There was Truly, and the ladies kept going crazy about that. There was I Don't Wanna featuring Me to See, was beautiful too. We never got to shoot a video for that. And then there was General Pipe's Champion remix, which was beautiful. We did Made in Lagos also, Ikechukwu featuring GT and a couple of guys. We did a lot of stuff on that storm. And big shout outs to the people who saw they saw ahead of time, and people like Kenny's Music, people like Storm Records. These people were investing in music when nobody cared to invest in it. So big ups to them.
But this generation of young people, when they mention these things, they don't seem to know them. Why is there a disconnect? Like you mentioned these names. If you mention these names on maybe Twitter now, some of them will be like, who them be? Like, do you think the storytelling is dead in the industry, or do you think the media is not playing? Do you think it's the role of the media or those OGs who are not telling their own stories? What do you think is responsible for that?
Honestly, I don't know. I think the onus is on anyone to go back in time to look at what has been done before now, and learn from it if you want. And but you see, now is all that we have. I was having a conversation with a couple of intellectuals, and we were having a conversation, and I said time is not real, and they said, how do you mean time is real? And I'm like, yesterday and tomorrow, can you go back to yesterday? Can you go to tomorrow? And they said, and we both agreed that no, you can't go back. So if you can't go back to tomorrow and you can't go to yesterday, all you have is now.
And that's why they say the future is now.
Yeah, and you see, all these OGs that have done their beats in the past, they are still looking at the industry, just sitting back and looking at you know, and they will play in the now in very soon. And I know that a lot of them are working out. I met DJ Z's a few weeks back, and he's working on something beautiful. I met Konga, who is my very good friend. We're always together. He's one of the most hardworking guys that I've met, that I know personally. And I know that a lot of musicians from my time, they are working hard and they are learning from the Gen Zs too. You know, because there's a lot to learn from the people who are actively doing it today.
What is the biggest lesson you've learned from the Gen Z?
The fact that they don't overthink anything. And I think I was like that too back then. You know, I just did my thing. I wasn't trying to conform to any industry standard. I just did my thing, and people thought it was genius. I mean, I was just doing my thing, you know. And I like the fact that they're very fast, you know. They don't wait for any, and I like that. I like that.
For the industry right now, what do you think is easier to do? Do you think breaking into the industry or staying relevant?
I mean, breaking in takes God, you know. I'll just say that if God wants this interview to be what would bring GT back to the now, it will happen. If it really doesn't take God anything to lift a man up, you know, and that's my own disposition. It's really not because we did anything special. Because honestly speaking, I was just in my house sleeping, and then a friend of mine, Abiola Amoda, who lived in my estate back then, he knocked my window. He was like, GT, where are you? I want to introduce you to Daya Atalade. I said, okay. I picked up my guitar, we hopped on a bike, and then I got to Daya Atalade's house. He wasn't even awake then.
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't awake. Then I performed for all the guys there, and you know, they were all having fun. But Baba was upstairs, probably sleeping. You know, and I performed. I was waiting. Let me perform for everybody. You know, and I remember I lost 2 of my strings. I had to take a bike back home, and I took a bike back there, and he was already awake. And then I started performing. He got on his grand piano, and we were playing, and you know. And that was just it. He picked up his phone and he called Stone Records. So what did I do right? Is it like I did anything right? So honestly speaking, it's just God. Where God won't take you, even if you go the wrong route, you go meet waiting, you won't meet there. So breaking into the industry is even easier now, because you know, you only need to put on your phone and then just upload that content, and who knows, the world might just watch it.
What's the major concern about the industry right now? One thing that you see that you just the pain, you say waiting with this. When we start, it'll be like this. That kind of thing. How many fire them? Fire down.
Honestly speaking, I really don't think, because I don't like to complain about anything. I think what is available now is what is available now. You know, and people are making judicious use of it. Some people are not. The fact that anybody can now sing, maybe I'm jealous of that. I wish like anybody can now sing. Honestly, anybody. AI is even singing better than most musicians.
What's your take about the use of AI in music?
I think it's fantastic, but at some point I found myself listening to more gospel AI songs on YouTube than I was even listening to real humans. I had to stop it at some point.
What made you stop?
Because, you know, my expectation, I now stopped liking normal musicians because they weren't cutting it for me again.
You stopped disliking normal?
I wasn't, like, they weren't doing it for me again. Human beings weren't doing it for me again at some point. You know, but I mean, this is what we have today. We can make judicious use of it. There are so many amazing songs like KK Kule, you know, and all the songs they were made by. I think so. I think so. Sure. Yeah, it is. It's AI, and a lot of songs. So I mean, I think it's a welcome development, as long as it's music, but it destroys creativity, and that's the thing. That's, if there's anything I can just say, people are not as creative as they used to before. Back then, we rehearsed, we played our guitar, we made time for our rehearsals, but people are not so concerned about musicianship again. I can say musicianship is dead, but a lot of musicians are also doing great stuff. There's people like Adekunle Gold, who I love so much. There's people like Chike, even though he did something that is abominable.
What do you think about what he did?
I think he's getting his
his reward.
Yeah, I mean,
because from what we've been seeing on social media, it seems unfazed by.
He will feel soon. and I promise you will feel it. I mean, you can't do that to such a great man and expect that you will. I think he just needs to come out and say sorry. I mean, that would end it. But it's someone I love anyway. Like I said, I love his music. He's a fantastic musician. He's a fine boy, and his swagger is also on point. And I like the fact that his courage. He hasn't even said anything since.
He hasn't said anything.
Yeah, so which is beautiful.
His courage is saying something.
but I pray he gets out of it, but because the men are really not on his side, which is not a good thing.
Final question: Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy. Do you think? I know they ask you, say which one you like.
Come on, ask me. I have my opinion. I don't die.
Okay, well, let's start from there. Which is your best?
Okay, I like them for different reasons.
No, I want you to go.
No, I like that. I'll tell you. So Davido is one of the most. He can make commercial songs more than any of them. Wizkid is a god in terms of music. But you see, Burna is the greatest of all time, as far as I'm concerned. But,
I think so.
Yeah, but Wizkid is a god. Davido is one of the most fantastic writers of commercial music. Burna Boy's performance, I don't think any of them come close to Burna Boy's performance. Yeah.
What exactly do you love about Burna Boy?
On stage, Burna Boy on stage, it commands respect. I don't think there's any musician in Africa that can do what Burna Boy does on stage.
If you had to do a collaboration as the end of the show, if you had to do a collaboration with any of these 4 or 5, Burna Boy, Wizkid, Davido, Ashake, Olamide, which would you pick? Or let me just say you had the opportunity to choose 2. Which would you pick out of the 5?
I can't choose all of them.
You can't choose all of them. Like they agree, say they want to collaboration with you.
They agree.
All of them agree, but you only have maybe only 2 of them will be chance to jump on the song.
Olamide will be first.
Oh wow.
Olamide will be first. You know why? Because he has something he has a flavor that will complement my stuff.
Style.
That's one. So you said I should choose how many again?
Another one. You've chosen one.
And then the second will be Burna Boy.
What do you think about Shake?
Fantastic musician. The fact that he has a theater background, it gives him an edge that other people don't have. I think it gives him an edge.
Okay, so what project are you working on? What do you have to say to your fans? Projects you're working on? Are you dropping songs this year, an EP or whatever it is going around?
I'm forever a musician. I can't stop. Trust me, if you don't see me, I'm busy crying and wondering how I'm going to get back in your faces every time. I'm a failure if I'm not doing music. Even though I do a lot of stuff, I'm a forex trader. I'm one of the best forex trader in the world. That's you can argue it. I can read the charts better than anyone in this world, as far as I'm concerned. I'm a miner. I'm a salesperson. I'm a lot of things. But you see, if I'm not doing music, I don't feel fulfilled.
Give us EP or anything we do.
Definitely. I mean, like I said, I'm always working in the studio.
Yeah.
I have a lot of songs coming out, and the last EP that I dropped, LOD, was like my introduction back into. Yeah, thank you very much. Was my introduction back into the music industry, and what I did was, I didn't want it to be like it was my own, input alone. So on your right. So I mean, I had writers coming to write. And now I'm more comfortable and I'm more confident, with my sound, and I can't wait for people to hear what I got in stock.
And we can't wait for people to hear what you have in store. Thank you for coming on the show. Just say the Guitarman. Thank you for always honoring our invitation. That's the next edition of the show. God bless you. Thanks for watching.